Energy is the true currency. This is why I said Bitcoin is based on energy.
You lose 2% of your energy every cycle versus you lose none of your energy every cycle.
We still just don't have a big money bid for Bitcoin yet, but it's coming.
Elon Musk promotes Bitcoin in his latest interview, sends a bold message about what comes next.
You can't legislate energy. You can't just, pass a law and suddenly have a lot of energy.
And notice what's happening. As Bitcoin begins to recover from its local lows, as everybody's screaming that gold is going so much higher, silver is going so much higher, but everybody seems to be writing off Bitcoin.
Several points in that chart, gold moved first, Bitcoin followed. There was a lag.
This is breaking news. This just happened. Saudi Arabia discovers 11 million tons of gold, copper, zinc, and silver in the Najran region, meaning as the gold price soars to new all-time highs again, as gold's market cap crosses $30 trillion, no other asset comes close, Bitcoin's a fraction. They just happen to find more gold, inflate the supply.
You're going to always go deeper into the earth. You're going to go into harder locations.
Yeah.
You're always going to exploit more.
But gold would
Bitcoin
be considered a hard asset, right?
Bitcoin is the only commodity that you literally cannot get more of, right? It's capped at 21 million, and everybody around the world wants it. Sovereign wealth funds wants it. The wealthiest people want it. It's tradable 24 hours a day. You can put it on a flash drive. You can go anywhere in the world, right?
Yeah.
You can move it. Try and move a couple bricks of gold.
Signaling to the public that gold's inflation rate, you lose between 1.5 to 2% of value per year. Bitcoin is much more scarce. There will only ever be 21 million coins ever. And most investors still don't realize.
The fully diluted Bitcoin count was 21 million. And the significance of that is that means the inflation rate's 0. But the inflation rate on gold is 2%. And the fully diluted gold count is infinite, because if I keep increasing the amount of gold by 2% a year, that's infinite amount of gold. If you want to figure out practically how you value it, well, when you increase the supply of something by 2% a year, that means that you're doubling the supply every 36 years. That means the economic half-life of your money is 36 years. That means the half-life is 36 years. That means you're going to live 70 years. Okay, well, what's the half-life of the inflation rate? 0. Infinity. So what's your life expectancy if the inflation rate is 0? Your life expectancy is infinite. You're immortal. You're living for 1 billion trillion years.
Like that idea.
0 is 1 billion trillion years. You're a god. 2% is you're going to die, half of you dies in 36 years, the other half dies in the next 36 years. Maybe you make 100 years and you're pretty much done for, right? And so it's the difference between a mortal life of a human being versus economic immortality. We can dismiss it if we just think in the next 12-month time frame. But, if you're an engineer, it's like, well, what's the difference between you lose 2% of your energy every cycle versus you lose none of your energy every cycle? None of your energy every cycle is perpetual motion. You last forever. 2% of your energy every cycle, and you spend it 100 times, there's nothing left, right? You burn out the motor. Okay, so I like the idea of gold, but digital gold is better. And how much better? Infinitely better, right? Infinitely better.
In fact, breaking news. And by the way, this is before we get to altcoin news, like Binance, like Ethereum's next upgrade. But breaking news, $700 billion banking giant, US Bancorp, to launch Bitcoin custody, meaning they will custody it for their billion-dollar net worth clients. This is why, unprompted, Elon mentions Bitcoin in his latest interview, speaking about how Bitcoin is the currency of energy, a true currency.
Currencies, if you will, that are physics-based. So energy is the true currency. This is why I said Bitcoin is based on energy. You can't legislate energy. You can't just, pass a law and suddenly have a lot of energy. It's very difficult to generate energy, or especially to harness energy in a useful way to do useful work. So I think that probably we won't have money, and probably we'll just have energy, power generation as the de facto currency.
And why famed investor and friend of the channel, Lawrence Lepard, explains that money will move like we've seen prior from gold to Bitcoin. It always flows to gold first.
You can see, it's interesting, is at several points in that chart, gold moved first, Bitcoin followed. There was a lag. And gold's so widely distributed, it's being bought by central banks. You know, everyone knows it's old-fashioned sound money. And so when the basement is being smelled, the big money goes after gold. The big money is still not in Bitcoin yet. It's coming. We see evidence of it, the ETFs, Larry Fink, etc. But it's still not, we still just don't have a big money bid for Bitcoin yet, but it's coming.
And what's next for Ethereum? What is Michael Saylor about to announce tomorrow for the first time ever? Before that, let's take a few seconds and thank exchange partner CoinW. Anybody trading, there is a 50% first time deposit bonus, 30 days remaining. Earn up to $5,000 bonus with your first deposit only for the Altcoin Daily audience, link down below. And most people do not know that CoinW has certain safeguards, has certain risk control mechanisms that help me as a trader in this market volatility. Key components that I like are their take profit, set stop loss protections. This is where users can preset take profit and stop loss levels before normal position openings to hedge against market volatility. And building on this, traders of course can set trailing take profit / stop loss options just to give you more flexibility and risk controls. They also offer you the ability to get alerts in real time, so you get critical information anytime, anywhere first. And they also have something called ADL, auto deleveraging mechanism. It prevents liquidation cascades and helps ensure stability under high pressure trading environments. They also have something called their Futures Protection Program. For a deeper dive, I encourage you to check out our dedicated video from $1 to $5,000. Make money trading crypto on CoinW. Link down below. Check it out. And that brings us to Ethereum. Ethereum developers prep for Fusaka, their second upgrade of 2025. So the goal of the upgrade is to enable Ethereum to handle the large transaction throughput from the layer 2 chains that use the blockchain as their base layer. So if you hold Ethereum, how this affects you, it's just going to make the Ethereum base layer more scalable, able to get more throughput onto the base chain from the layer 2 chains. And this is expected to go live on the blockchain's mainnet on Wednesday. Also news with exchange partner Binance. Confirmed. Binance now holds $120 billion in reserves. All this data comes directly from third-party data aggregator CryptoQuant, very well respected. And what we now know, on-chain data shows Binance's total reserves holding near all-time highs around $120 billion. And then their USDT, Ethereum stablecoin reserves, are also reaching a record of $42.8 billion despite recent market volatility, just confirming to me that Binance is still very much a juggernaut in this space. The exchange also remains the second largest holder of Bitcoin reserves globally, highlighting its position as one of the wealthiest platforms in crypto. Let's keep tabs on this data and come back and see how Binance progresses 1 month, 3 months, 6 months from now. I will keep you updated. And what is Michael Saylor announcing? Michael Saylor Sunday Changeup suggests a new announcement coming Monday. And what is buzzing about X right now is that Michael Saylor tweeted, "What if we start adding green dots?" So Michael Saylor has added an orange dot. This represents every single Bitcoin buy from his company's strategy. Basically, he announces a Bitcoin buy almost every single Monday. Well, tomorrow is Monday, and he says, we're not going to add an orange dot on Monday, or maybe something on top of the orange dot. What if we start adding green dot? What's a green dot? Is it MSTR stock buybacks? Is it a different purchase of a different cryptocurrency? Probably not that. This is an ongoing story. I will keep you updated. Like always, see you tomorrow.